Exactly. So there it is right there. We're going to switch over and say good afternoon because it's 12:01, so technically it's afternoon.
Yes, it is.
Good afternoon to everybody out there. I am Jason, KC5HWB.
And I am Frank, KG5AHJ. And what's going on, my party ham people?
I just like hearing you do that, really. So, oh boy. Um, well, I'm actually eating lunch today, so.
I got mine too.
Well,
But yours looks so much better. Is
uh,
that fried chicken on top of salad? Or not salad, that's mine.
no, it's just
spaghetti?
spaghetti and meatballs. No,
Ooh.
not fried chicken. Just regular old spaghetti and meatballs. Got it from uh, Wise Guys Pizzeria just up the road. You ever been in there?
I know of them. I have not been there.
They have a really good craft beer selection on draft. They have like probably a dozen taps, something like that. Most of them are local. So,
Over the weekend, I was giving my stepbrother, who owns the bar, a hard time.
no.
He does mostly just the big beers, and they said they hired a new waitress. So I was like, what if I go in there and ask for a Hoppenstein Fire Engine Red? You got that? No. Well, how about a Cowtown War Chief?
Right.
No. How about a Panther Island River Rock?
Right.
No.
Right.
I just listed all the beers I could think of, and they're just
like, no.
I know. I was like, well, you need to get with the times.
Right. Yeah, people that don't restaurants like that don't do craft beers. I don't get that. I mean, if you've got a certain clientele and they all just come in there and drink Bud Light, okay, that's cool. But like like some of these more hipster restaurants that are not doing craft beer, I'm like, your hipster's not going to drink like Bud Light and Miller Lite, man. It's just I hate to say craft beer is a hipster beer, but it is. But there's a lot of people that have grown in their tastes of beer that like craft beer as well. So I
will agree with you for the most part. Yes, it is hipstery to like all these craft beers and promote, and only really willing to drink craft beers. So kind of like how I am.
So Travis is in the chat again. I guess I should probably where is this? Here, let's move that out of the way. I'm gonna mute notifications on that real quick. I guess I should probably I don't know what I should do. I never know what I should do about Travis. It's all good. So Railham donated $1.99 to the super chat. Thanks for the super chat donation today, buddy. Like that. Really appreciate that. It's really great of you to do that. Ted's like, you making me hungry. Well, it is a lunchtime live stream.
Yeah.
It's about eating lunch together.
Bunch your lunch out also.
Right, yeah, well, he's in South Africa, so it's probably not his lunchtime right now.
Dinner.
But it's all about eating lunch together, buddy.
Lunar dinner.
Yeah. So,
we got Mike from California, N6IMY. Thank you for joining us today.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome. Travis also says, do not block me. Oops, too late.
No, yeah. Travis. Oh, boy. Ham Radio Crash Course is in the house. I saw Smoking Apes in the house. Let's see, who else was up there? I think that's all from the YouTubers bunch. So appreciate you guys joining. They're both at home today. They hit me up like 5 minutes before the stream started. Like, when is your stream? I said, like right now, 5 minutes. They're like, good, we're at home. So, all good, all good. So yeah, so we're gonna talk about Field Day, which is this coming weekend. Today's Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's Wednesday in the USA. And we're going to talk about Field Day, which is this coming Saturday. Runs for 24 hours straight. It starts at 1 p.m. Central Time, which is 2 p.m. Eastern and 11 a.m. Pacific Time. And I'll include 11 a.m. Mountain Time for those 2 or 3 people in 2 or 3 ham operators in the Mountain Time Zone. So 1 p.m. Central Standard Time on Saturday, and it runs till 1 p.m. Central Time on Sunday. So it runs for 24 hours. I just learned that they're going to allow FT8 this year.
I was about to bring that up.
Okay. Because last year, I swear last year, I went to the Flex Radio dinner, the Flex Radio banquet at Dayton Hamvention of 2019, which was in May, and Joe Taylor, who is the author of the FT and the JT digital modes, he spoke at that Flex Radio banquet, and he was talking about how FT4 at the time was still in beta testing or something like that. It was still, and they said they were going to turn it off before field day, which they did that. They turned it off before field day because it was in beta and hadn't had enough shakedown time or something like that. I don't remember his reasoning right now. So, but I don't think they allowed FT8 last year either. So I was always kind of curious about why they turned it off, because I'm like, it's not an allowable mode at field day. Now, Winter Field Day, who is not... Field Day is ARRL affiliated. Winter Field Day is not ARRL affiliated. If you just Google Winter Field Day, you can bring up their page. You can see the group that runs that. I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but it's not an ARRL affiliated event or contest.
I think they did FT8-4, right, last year?
No, you could not do FT8 or FT4 at Winter Field Day either. So when they were talking about Field Day allowing FT8, I was like, really? And sure enough, we went and looked it up. We had a meeting. The group of us that are going together, we're going to be operating under the club call sign of KN5TR, Kilo November 5 Tango Romeo. We had a Zoom meeting a couple nights ago just to talk about plans, who's going to bring in what, that kind of thing. And sure enough, I said, man, I heard they were allowing it this year, and I think it was Noel who looked it up and said, sure enough. He's like, no, I don't think that's right. I was like, that's what I was told. And he looked it up and said all digital modes. Maybe it was Steven that looked it up. It was one of them. So, anyway, Ham Radio TV, I see you in there. Thanks for joining us. Anton from Moscow, RC3C call sign. Thanks for joining us from Moscow. Travis says, my clocks have been flashing for 2 days. I don't know what day it is. Yeah, there was power outages galore across the North Texas area a couple nights ago for a big thunderstorm we had roll through here. And FT8 contacts count as double. Yeah! FT8 contacts are digital contacts which count as double. Explain that one to me. That makes no sense.
So you're just going to sit there on FT8, click.
Right.
Click. Click.
Yep. Now, unbeknownst to some people still have the mindset that you can just set up FT8 and click go and walk away and it'll keep making QSOs over and over again. It won't. At least it won't natively. Okay, there are some third-party apps that'll come in there and let you do that. But the WSJTX program itself natively does not allow you to just click go and walk away from the computer. It will allow you to make one contact that way. You can call CQ and walk away, and if someone responds to your CQ, it'll complete that CQ and log it for you, and then it stops. It won't go back to calling CQ again. Or you can find a station you want to work, and you can double-click on them and start calling that station and walk away from the computer, and it will, assuming that station answers you, it will complete that QSO. If the station doesn't answer you, it'll time out after, 3 minutes or something like that, a certain number of tries, I think. And so it'll either time out or that station will come back to you and you'll complete the QSO and it will log it and then it stops again. So you have to come back to the computer and start calling CQ again or find a specific station you want to call again and keep going like that. So you have to monitor it. You have to sit there in front and actually do some work. It's incredibly easy to...
very insistent that he was doing it last year during Field Day.
Well, I can't remember. I can't remember.
And the other point you brought up was a lot of people are trying to use it. That really degraded the bands, and that might happen again this year.
I think I'm trying to remember what I did for Field Day last year. I think Field Day last year I was at my family reunion, so I took my Flex Maestro to my family reunion and got on and made like a dozen contacts on Saturday night. I didn't do much of anything for field day last year. But I can't. It would not surprise me if they did allow FT8 last year. But I remember hearing that they weren't supposed to. But I didn't participate with the club, so I don't know that for sure last year. But I know it's been in the past. It's been not allowable, and it's never been allowed at winter field day.
So it's going to be an interesting new mode. We'll see if the majority of contacts are made that way, or if the bands are will be too active for it to hear anyone.
Right.
But then you always got the great fallback of CW. Are we doing CW? Is Noel doing it?
I don't think
he's the only one that knows
I don't think
a little
so.
CW.
I might.
You're getting close.
Yeah, I know some, but yeah, Don says he ran FT8 all night last year. So again, I didn't really participate in field day much last year. I remember someone telling me that it wasn't allowed, which it's never been allowed before. Maybe last year was the first time they allowed it, but I don't know. So, but it's allowed this year. I know for sure, and we're going to be using
setting up a station.
Yeah.
Did we ever decide we're doing a 3 or 4?
No, I think we'll probably be a 3, but because I don't want that 4th station.
It doesn't harm you though if you have 4 stations.
No, of course not. No, it doesn't harm you at all. We could have 10 if we wanted to.
Yeah.
But I don't want that 4th station to be a QRP only rig. I know a couple guys are bringing QRP rigs, and that's fine, but we're not going to count a station. Unless we have 4 100-watt rigs, we're not going to do 4. At least I don't want to. I mean, we'll see what everybody else says. It's not up to me, I guess.
Noel says he does not do CW. I swear he did, or sat down and did CW one year at field day for Hearst.
Travis, I'll bet you a prime rib at the steakhouse of your choice that Travis has no idea what FT8 is. And he says, the last time I ran FT8, Homeland Security showed up at my house the next day. I guarantee you, if Homeland Security had showed up at Travis's house, he wouldn't be in the chat right now. Yeah, I'm aware about the Delta to Delta stations for credit. That was a recent change.
What is that?
So a Delta station is a home station. Like
Okay.
if I want to operate from my shack right here, I would operate as one Delta. If you wanted to come over and set up a second radio, I guess we could do 2 Delta. In the past, before this year, if you were operating 1 Delta at your home QTH and I was operating 1 Delta here, if we contacted each other, we could log each other, but there's no points for that. So you can't log. Home stations couldn't log. I mean, you could log anybody you want to, but there was no points acquired for home station Delta stations to log Delta stations in the log. It only count if you logged like an Alpha, Bravo, Charlie station, all the other stations. Yeah.
That's interesting.
But they changed it this year because so many people are stuck at home. But I was talking to ARRL, the guys in our section, up until, I mean, they just changed it like a month ago.
But then don't they also allow now you participate as a club from your home station, but to combine the logs for a club log to be submitted?
No. If you're going to do a club, you have to be within I think it's 1,000. It's either 1,000 feet or 1,000 yards. All the transmitting antennas have to be within 1,000 feet or 1,000 yards of one another. So no, you can't do. There was speculation that they might do that. I think on a couple of videos, we were talking to ARRL about that a while back and say it'd be kind of cool if everyone could set up at their home and we could all operate as W5HRC or KN5TR from our homes and then combine our logs later. That would get kind of complicated. So there was a suggestion for that. I'll call it that. But no, there was never any that never got any traction. In fact, up until a month ago, they said they weren't going to change anything at all. And then all of a sudden, just boom, they say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do the delta to delta thing," and I'm like, "Okay." So this is after talking to several of those guys and said, "No, no, we're not going to change." In fact, they were even afraid. Back in like March and April, they were afraid that it was going to get canceled. I'm like, you can't cancel field day because you can operate at home. I mean, they've always had home operation stations. So the reason they allowed the delta to delta is because of that. So Noel says I'm kind of wrong. Mm-hmm. That's a change because usually I'm really wrong. So yeah, I think the Abel Ardell said you can add your personal contacts to a club call as long as you're within 175. Okay, see, I hadn't heard that yet.
Yeah, that's what Hearst was planning on doing the last time. I showed up for the morning breakfast Saturday, and only one person showed up. And,
oh, really?
That's what they were. Yeah, that's what they were talking about. A couple of club members are going to operate at home, and then they're going to combine the logs.
They're allowing club affiliate station, but I thought they had to be. Okay. I thought my understanding was the club affiliate thing was people could operate remotely, but you still have to connect to like the club radio at the club location. You couldn't use your own radio. I don't know. Maybe I'm. You know what? I've heard so much speculation from it. And then ARRL up until like a month ago was like, we're not changing anything. And then they just changed it. And so it's been a bit confusing. So they are pooling 1D scores to indicate the same club. Well, a 1D is not a club, so that doesn't make any sense. If you're going to operate as a club...
Josh has posted the temporary rules link.
Separate logs. I don't get contesting. Technically, it is not a contest. Technically. Okay, so let's just you know what? Let's just read this. I'm going to put this up over you for a minute, Frank.
Sounds good.
Here is... Why can't I scroll down? Their website's frozen. Oh, there it is. Okay. So... Okay, temporary rule waiver. Nope. This thing's got a mind of its own. Okay. With 1 month to... Okay, so this was posted on 5/28. So, and today's 6/24. So less than a month ago. I said a month ago, and that's about right. Give or take 4 days. With 1 month to go before Field Day 2020, which is June 27th to 28th, ARRL Programs and Services Committee has adopted 2 temporary rules waivers. Again, these are temporary. Someone mentioned that in the chat a minute ago. These are temporary just for COVID, just for this pandemic we're in right now. 1, for Field Day 2020 only, Class D stations may work all other Field Day stations, including other Class D stations, 4 points. Again, in the past, you could work Class D to Class D. You could put it in your log, but you'd get 0 points for it when you submitted your logs. Class D stations is home stations, including stations operating with permanent or licensed stations locations using commercial power. Class D stations ordinarily may only count contacts made with Class A, B, C, and E, and F Field Day stations. But the temporary rule waiver for 2020 allows Class D stations to count contacts with other Class D stations for QSO credit, okay? So there we go. 2, in addition, for 2020 only, an aggregate club score, this is the part I haven't read yet, an aggregate club score will be published, which will be the sum of all individual entries indicating a separate club, similar to aggregate scores totals used in ARRL-affiliated club competitions. Ordinarily, club names are only published in the result of a Class A or Class F entries, but the temporary rule waiver 2020 allows participants from any class to optionally include a single club name with their submitted results following Field Day. It says any class, so you can operate as a Delta or Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta Echo Foxtrot, all classes. Mm-hmm. For example, if Podunk Hollow Radio Club, that's a I need to register that name. Podunk Hollow Radio Club. If Podunk Hollow Radio Club members Becky W1BXY and Hiram W1AW both participate in 2020 Field Day, Hiram from his Class D home station and Becky from her Class C mobile station can indicate the radio club's name when reporting their individual results. The published results listings will include individual scores from Hiram and Becky plus club scores for all entries identified as Podunk Hollow Radio Club. Temporary rule temporary rule waivers were adopted by the PSC on May 27th.
So in that case, does
So-
the Charlie station indicate they're a 2 Charlie because they have the 1 Delta?
Or
they all indicate 2 Charlie?
A 2 Charlie station would 2 Charlie station, I think, is kind of rare because Charlie's mobile. That means you're operating 2 radios.
Let's just change it to Alpha. Say it's an Alpha station, not a Charlie.
I don't know how if you got a 2 Alpha and you're affiliated with a club and a 1 Delta affiliated with a club, I'm not sure how they would regard that.
I do agree with Don. Field day wasn't about the contest; it was about the barbecue that surrounded the contest.
Yeah,
we are doing that.
Yeah,
we're looking at we're going to have ribs.
Right.
For dinner on Saturday.
Yeah, Mike says, right, not a contest, have fun, speak slowly, say hi to each other, kind of, yeah. It's the club name and not call they are matching on. Eat lots of barbecue. They're adding a separate category of scores this year, which will be aggregate. Lee, I just read that, so, yeah, get with the times, buddy. I am logging for the Podunk Club myself. That's good. In short, you can operate as normal, any class with your own call, then you could submit your logs and include your club call if you want to be associated with a club also. Podunk is a real town not far from me here. Hey, 741's in the house. Rob, I would have expected Ape to say Podunk was a real town close to him, not you, buddy. But good. Yeah, good to know. There could be a YouTubers AR Amateur Radio Club, just saying. Yeah, we're talking about that. More to come on that later. Yeah, we're talking about that. Everyone needs to enter the same name for club aggregate scores. Yeah, I'm submitting under M0. Don says he's submitting under M0XXT, which is Callum's club call sign. That's good. Yeah, I think that within 175 miles thing is good because that way somebody from California can't operate as a club in Texas. And vice versa and whatnot. So, that's a good point about the class. A is for portable, B is for battery, etc. Yeah. So, Matt's in the house. AE4MQ, welcome, Matt. I saw you in there earlier, actually. So, okay, well, good. So, I was aware of the Delta station. I was reading about that the other day. I was actually trading emails with my section manager the other day about that one. But the club part I had not read. I did not go to that page and read that. So good. That doesn't affect what we're doing. It's not going to change plans for us because we're all going to be in the same spot operating as a club anyway. Out in the field. We're going to actually be in the field at the hunting lease about an hour and 15 minutes north of here. Same place we did Winter Field Day for the last 2 years. So you can go up and check out Winter Field Day from the last 2 years videos on this channel and see the place that we're operating. I dare say we'll be running air conditioner instead of heaters this weekend, but it's it's the same place that we've operated several times in the past, and are. Let me see if I know where that was. Let me. I've got a couple of pictures here. Let's go there. I'm going to move this out of the way. But that's good. That's good about the club thing, I guess. Again, it doesn't apply to what I'm doing, what we're doing, but that is good nonetheless. So what's up, Frank? Go ahead. Take it for a minute.
Not much. Just reading the chat here. I saw Joe in there asking, he's a new ham, not affiliated to any club yet. Can he participate in field day? My answer was yes. Just keep your logs and submit them to the ARL.
Correct. Yep.
Just operate on the bands that you're licensed for.
And a lot of clubs will have what's called a GOTA station, get on the air, GOTA, get on the air, where they welcome non-club members, new hams, or people who are wanting to become hams, and they will sit down with you and do the whole third-party traffic thing and let you make a contact or two on the air. So just because you're not affiliated with the club does not mean that you wouldn't be able to, at least go visit a club. Now, a lot of clubs may not be operating in the field this year because this year is a little bit different. But on a normal year, you would be able to go visit several club stations and kind of check out what they're doing anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's just there are little slivers of HF bands that if you do have the radios to jump on them as a technician that you can get on and operate. I bet those will be very active during field day.
Right.
Especially because a lot of people are wanting to make those contacts.
So this is, yes, I see Travis. I'll get, yeah. I actually invited Travis to field day. I told him that we were going to the field to drink beer. I thought that would have got him, but I don't think he's going to make it. So,
well, he says he's in now, but kind of too late.
Yeah, whatever. So this is a picture of the hunting lease. This was actually November, December of last year. This was before winter field day. That's the fire pit there that's covered up by snow on the left of the screen with my trailer there. That's a field. There's my dog, my German Shepherd dog. She's just checking out she likes to find the squirrels and rabbits and try to chase them down out there. That's our tank. That's a better shot of the of the fire. Right there's the fire pit. Right, basically that stack of wood. Right to the left of it is where the fire pit is. So we've got all this room out here to set up, and we can set up antennas here. We set up antennas behind the camera where the camera is right now. There's a kind of a drive-through area. We can set up antennas there, and that's the other, looking at it from the other direction. But that obviously there won't be snow this weekend. I can guarantee that. So
just out of curiosity, what is weather like?
The last time I checked it a couple days ago, and they said partly cloudy, which today is supposed to be partly cloudy. And look, there's not a cloud in the sky. It's hot and sunny out right now. So who the heck knows, man? Either way, I don't know. So, all right. We are also, Lee says, we're also mostly using N3 FJP field day logging software using Club Score Pro. Yeah, we're our club KN5TR has a full license for N3 FJP. We've used that at Winter Field Day for the last 2 years. So we've got all the different plugins for Field Day and Winter Field Day and all that other kind of good stuff. Andy Cowley donated $1.99. I think that's $1.99 in euros. Thanks for the super chat there, buddy. Appreciate that.
I don't know how much of the fire pit will be utilizing this year.
We're not going to burn a fire.
Yeah.
Noel was saying that last year it messed with his allergies. He had allergies the last day or two after that.
Yeah.
And you know that I guess I've just gotten so used to it. Now, I've been on the deer lease for like 10 or 12 years now, and that used to be the case with me, but it doesn't bother me anymore. But yeah, it's gonna be too darn hot this weekend for a fire anyway. It's cool to have a fire, especially at nighttime. You just turn all the lights off and have the fire going and smoke cigars, drink beer around the fire.
Oh, there'll be definitely cigars and beer.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that's gonna be on my list. I'm low on my cigars.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Got to run up there. You got to do it before 6.
Do what before 6? Oh, the shop Michael's closes at 6?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. I haven't been up there in a while.
So. It's their temporary hours. They just recently reopened for the bar and back and allow people in. But they still keep the 6 hours. They're closing at 6.
So Don says K5RWK will have a GOTA station. That's the Richardson Wireless Club. We recently put up a new DMR repeater for those folks. They've been semi-active on DMR for the last little bit. Let's see. Yeah, Clark says, dang, is that snow? Yeah, that was from last, December. That's obviously not recent. But yeah, and hey, you know what? Snow in Texas actually does happen. Not very often, but it does happen. About once every 3 or 4 years, something like that.
Well, yeah, longer here in Dallas-Fort Worth.
Right, yeah. Let's see. We've got, looks great for a DXC. Yeah, it would be great. Matt's right. Would be great for a DX Commander. VO1AXX, what's the club call? The club call that we will be operating under is KN5TR, Kilo November 5 Tango Romeo. That's what we'll be this weekend. Let's see. Yeah, people are talking about mud, maybe, but not snow. Let's see.
I'm hoping not mud.
It's rain.
My car gets stuck.
Yeah. Steven says it's raining there. He's in Crockett, about 3 hours south of us.
No, that makes sense for the storms that came through the other day.
Yeah, they were kind of headed southeast. But let's see, pounds. Mike Martin. KB9 BBR just uploaded a video on how to send a message for a national traffic system for field day point. Yeah, you know, we've never done that. We used to do that with W5HRC every year.
Mm-hmm.
Just send a message to the coordinator or the director, whoever it was, and I think it's a section manager. I think you can send a message to the section manager during field day through the national traffic system, which is on a local repeater. I think that one of the buoy repeaters has NTS traffic on it. I think. So we should listen for that.
Well, there's also a traffic message if you copy.
Yes.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah, but you got to be close enough to hear the repeat, because all those messages. Well, I guess you could do it over HF. They have traffic messages over HF as well.
Yeah.
So you could do it over HF, but I've always done it over. We used to do it over the 2-meter repeater. So when we were at W5HRC. Let's see. Fire and smoke will keep the mosquitoes away. That is a good point, and yes, it does. Yes, it does. Is Emily going to attend because she does not like me? Travis says. Travis, nobody likes you. Nobody likes you. So it doesn't matter if she's going to be there or not. No, she's probably not going to be there. But
well, she does have a radio call sign. She can come.
Yeah. Yeah, she could. She might come up. I don't think she's going to come up there. To my knowledge, she's not going to come up. She hasn't mentioned it, so I don't know. But
so it looks like to be low 90, so it's not going to be too bad.
Good. Oh, they do the traffic handling on PSK 31. You know, I think I knew that, but I had forgotten because I've never done traffic on PSK 31. So, but good to know, because Noel will probably, well, what we need to do is dedicate a station to digital, probably FT8 most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be cool to kind of flip over and see if people are on PSK 31, because Noel has done PSK 31 at years past in field day before FT8 was a thing. So, so I know he's set up for that.
It shouldn't be too hard. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be hard at all. So, Don DeGidio. Don, I don't know how to say your name. He's in the chat all the time. I don't know how to properly pronounce your last name. Yeah, WB3 BJU, $15 in the super chat for the lunchtime live stream. Thank you very much for that. Let's see. Years ago, my bunch would go out to Wyoming so we could be rare DX. Yeah. We used my call K0OJ, so it was a surprise for them to hear a Wyoming report. Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, because Wyoming is 7, I think. I am doing traffic on PSK Packet and Vara HF. Okay, good. Good deal. In fairness, I can stand a small amount of fire, but we're going to a bit overboard fire. Yeah, well, that's because the only way to do fire at the deer lease is to go overboard. We don't do small fires at the deer lease. Don't forget the points you get for copying the ARRL field day message. Yes, correct.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Right, yeah. We mentioned that as well. So it's all good stuff.
Well, when we're doing the, what was that? The Texas Parks on the Air, or the Texas counties. We did a rare contact for Monte County, because no one else was lighting up Montague County.
Monte County. In fact, I need to talk to you and Noel about this, and maybe Steven. The Texas QSO party this year.
That was it, yeah.
Yeah, it was the Texas QSO party. That time we went up there for that. That was fun. This year for the Texas QSO party, that's the weekend after Labor Day. I was supposed to go to North Carolina for the Tapper Digital Communications Conference again. I've recorded that conference for the last 2 years and posted those videos online. I'm still doing that this year, but they're going to do it all virtually, the way that Hamside did last March. So I got to work out the details with those guys and see what the deal is. But Texas QSO party's that same weekend, and we're already going to be in Galveston. So I wonder. I need to clear this with my wife first. So I wonder if I couldn't get you and Noel and a couple other guys to come down, and we'll do Texas QSO party from Galveston County this year.
That might be something.
That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So
sit up on the beach, do your long wire onto the ocean that you always wanted to do.
Yeah. Looking forward to the first overnight portable radio. 2E0EZT in the house. Thank you for Carl.
What's he referring to? The portable overnight radio?
I'm not sure. Not sure what that's in reference to. Somebody asked a question a second ago. Where did it go? Okay, Saren Starup asks, why would you need to have a call to show up to field day? You don't. You don't need a call. I assume you mean a call sign. You don't need a call sign to show up to field day. It might kind of depend on the club. Most of the clubs I'm aware, most of the clubs around here, in fact, pretty much all of them around here, welcome newcomers to field day. They will let you sit down and talk on a GOTA station if they have a GOTA station. Not all of them have a GOTA station. But most of the clubs around here will welcome a newcomer without a call sign to field day and show you what ham radio is all about. So you don't need a call to show up to field day. If that's what you're asking, a call sign. If that's what you're asking, if I understood your question.
It could be also a club call sign, but you don't need to this year. You can operate from home as a 1D station.
Yeah, but somebody without, I'm talking about somebody without a ham radio call sign, without a ham radio license, is not going to operate from home, obviously. So he was asking, show up to, why would you need a call to show up to field day? And you don't. Let's see.
I got Philip here. We were going to operate or set up field day like they did last year at the KNG Armory. That's pretty cool. They were going to also use the FEMA issued mobile comm tower. Man,
yeah,
I've seen some of those comm towers. They're huge and they go up.
They can be
hundreds of feet sometimes.
Oh.
But doing that at Armory, that'd be so cool. Do they have a little museum so you could walk through and see what's there?
Be nice.
Noel says, also watch out for rattlesnakes. I have never seen a rattlesnake at your deer lease.
I think he's talking about Galveston because Stephen replied, I'm for it. And
there's rattlesnakes down there.
There's rattlesnakes in the dunes. They have signs up that says watch for rattlesnakes. So, yeah. I've never seen one. Well, that's not true. The mowing guys killed a baby rattlesnake while mowing my lawn one time about a year ago. So, yeah, kind of that way. But let's see. I'll go ahead and read some more of the chat, Frank.
Just looking through here. Travis kind of wants to get into the Galveston at the beach, and then goes off on a tangent saying clothing is optional? ? And I'm done reading that.
Oh, good old Travis.
We also have Noel says low 90s, partly cloudy for the weekend.
Yeah.
And that's what I kind of looked up, and
yeah.
that's going to be great.
KG5PTT was asked, he said something already addressed, but weather report. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's what, yeah. So.
Clark, can you use a fixed antenna or just a portable one from home?
You use anything you want to for field day. I assume you mean for field day. You can use any antenna you want to for field day. Yeah, you can use any radio you want to. You can use any antenna you want to for field day. Does not matter. You can only operate on certain bands, which basically just means you can't operate on 12 and 17 meters. That's basically all that means. I'm not going to answer that right now, but
unlike if you're going to actually set up in a field or go out somewhere, there's restrictions on when you can set up. I think starting at noon, you can start your.
No, it's not. No, it's like 8 a.m. that morning. It's like
8.
Well, again, this depends on time zone because field day for us starts at 1 p.m. So I think it's like 6 hours. I think it's like 6 hours or something like that you can start setting up before, on Saturday morning before that time.
Don says the one at Richardson's EOC is 300 feet. We get to use it for field day. That
300
is
feet.
amazing.
Nice. That is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, Don says he pronounces his last name Deagidio. D-E-Gidio. Deagidio. So hopefully I said that right. Thank you for the... Well, thanks for the super chat. Thanks for always being in the chat, Don. I know you're in there quite a bit. It's Grand up on the tower. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Travis, either get your license and be quiet. So...
License should be right up his alley.
You would think so with as old as the guy is. But Travis
I wasn't going to bring age in there.
Travis is a really good friend of mine. He and I used to work together at a couple of different jobs. I met him about 15 years ago, and he's the guy whose uncles own a place out on Lake Fork. So when I talk about being out on Lake Fork sometimes and doing, we were looking at putting a DMR repeater out there on Lake Fork. There's an Arden node out there right now. It's not connected to anything. It's tunneled back to my node here in the shack. But Travis is my connection out there at Lake Fork. So good. So hi from Seattle, Mark. Thank you for joining. Carl. 2E0EZT. Yeah. Carl. I saw him in there talking earlier. Yep. POTA in the UK has just started again after the lockdown. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was about to read that.
Yeah.
Technically, also, POTA is very, you just sitting on a table by yourself. It's very lockdown friendly.
It is. Yeah.
Because once people see radios on a table, they see who's that weird guy there and stay away from him.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Every time I've done POTA, a POTA activation, I think 5 times, and no one's ever approached me and asked, "What are you doing?" People drive by and they're like looking at, because I've got the 31-foot fiberglass pole in the drive-over mount on my truck, so it's sticking up. And people are like, what in the world is that? They don't know what it is, but they don't stop and ask me about it either. So, But POTA is fun because you can go out to the field and do, you can go park in a park. You can go park your vehicle in a park, a state park, and activate POTA from your mobile station. You don't even have to set up an antenna. You can use your existing mobile station to do it. So POTA's very versatile in that way.
Mark Johnson says he just got his FD3DR delivered today, and he's planning to take his technician and general tests next week.
Good luck on that. Yeah.
Good luck. Look forward to seeing you on the air.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I get asked a lot when I'm in the park, Josh says. I guess people are, I don't know.
Well, they look at Jason and they look at you. You're very approachable.
Yeah,
Jason
Josh is,
without his hat, you don't want to.
I wear my hat at POTA.
I was just giving a hard time.
But, POTA's.
Don N5 SKT. Carl does that. But he continues to operate POTA with a cooking show.
With a cooking show. That I have not seen. That I have not seen.
Link to that video. That would be fun to see.
Right, yeah. Yeah. Just FYI, extra class question pool is going to expire soon. Yes. You are correct. Wondering what the new pool would look like. Always appreciate the extra challenge. Too bad I never took the extra test. Well, 3 things about the extra test. Yes, the question pool is about to expire. Every question pool expires every 4 years. So they skip a year. I don't know why. But next year they'll do nothing. The following year, the technician pool will renew. The year after that would be general pool. The year after that, 4 years from now, would be the extra pool again. So yes, the extra pool is about to. Bob, let me know if you can hear me. I saw your call, but I'm live streaming, buddy. It's the link that I sent you an hour ago that you probably never saw. Bob's, for a guy who creates a device so cool like this, he sure is technologically challenged when it comes to instant messaging. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I sure did. Right now he's thinking, did you just say that? Yeah, I sure did. I said it. So anyway, yes, the extra cool is about to expire. One of the guy who put together the technician and general class for W5HRC, the Hearst Amateur Radio Club, which those are the classes on my channel. He has been working on an extra class for a while. He's aware of course, the extra pool expiring is a normal thing. It didn't come as a shock to everybody. So I think there's a way you can get access to those questions a certain time beforehand. If you just reach out to ARRL 555YI once they have the questions ready. So he's incorporating all that. Hopefully, fingers crossed, he's going to have that sometime this fall. Hopefully. I'm hoping. He hadn't promised anything yet. I'm just kind of, I know he's been working on it for a while, and since everyone's on lockdown, I was like, Mike, have you had more time to work on it? And he's like, yeah, I've had a little bit more time to work on it. I was like, okay, cool. So, there's Roger. Hey, Roger, KE4BFG. Good afternoon. But once that question pool is done, once that extra class is done, I should say, he's going to put a class together at the Hearst Club. Frank and I are going to go both record and attend the class and both get our extra license. And then it will be posted on this channel. So, and then a couple months after that, I might try to get those guys to do a live stream the way we did for the technician class, which was very successful. Had a lot of really good response from the technician class live stream. People watching during the live stream and then commenting after the fact. I still get comments on that.
That's interesting because it's kind of the same content, just different format.
Yeah.
Is it
because
it's got
interactive
you
chat?
Can do the interactive chat plus the live questions.
I think so.
After each section.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Matt, I answered your question there, buddy. So, but yes, exactly. That's exactly right. So, been waiting on that for Bob, I'm tech challenged. I said you're instant messaging challenged is what I said. Okay, Mr. WhatsApp. Okay, get on the stick, man. So
who uses WhatsApp?
People overseas.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people overseas.
I thought it was all Hangout and Discord these days.
Well, in the United States it is, but yeah.
Well, that's where it matters.
Right, totally. So anyway, yeah, extra class, that's something that we've been working on for a while now, so.
I really need to go back and review, the general classes. Get that foundation base again.
Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea, but if you're going to go through the extra class and if you're going to go through a session that Mike's going to put together that's going to be awesome, just like his other two sessions have been, then and I wouldn't even worry about that, but we'll see. Oh boy. Okay. Let's see. Yes.
Don, yes, you're right. You can operate under an extra license as a general or a technician.
That is correct. Yeah, so I was just reading that as well. The and someone commented that Bob's in this chat. Yeah. Someone commented about I lost my train of thought now. I'm trying to read too many questions at once. So Matthew, Kenny, and Don, yes, you're both correct. Yeah, Matt asked the question, Don answered. Don is correct. You can operate as an extra. Most club call signs are held by an extra class operator. So, for instance, we'll be operating as KN5TR this weekend. The owner, the current trustee of the KN5TR call sign is Noel, KF5SLK, and Noel is an extra class operator. So, if we're together as a group and Noel is there, who's the club trustee, KN5TR is an extra class call sign because the trustee of that call sign is has an extra class license. So everyone operating this weekend will be able to operate as extra class privileges under that club call. We'll all be operating as KN5TR. We're not going to use our individual calls. So you'll be able to operate that way. And if someone were to come join us who did not have a license, he would be able to sit down and operate with us as third party, and there's kind of some rules around that, but you can do that as well to try to get people interested in the hobby. So
that's what usually those GOTA stations are geared towards.
Right.
And there's kind of a little special restrictions around that.
Yeah.
Ham Radio Crash Course Josh. Earpods in, listen to the live stream, going up to the roof to check out the rotor. He might stream after this for his field day station check.
Okay, so cool. I know he's
put that plug in there.
Yeah, he's going to be streaming pretty much the whole time during field day. Ham Radio Crash Course, he's going to have a stream. I'm going to try to set up a stream Saturday late afternoon, early evening, something like that, and maybe get a couple of the YouTubers bunch guys onto my stream. I gotta see how we're set up and everything and make sure I can do that. So yeah, look for live stream announcements. If you're not following Ham Radio Crash Course or myself or the Smokin' Ape or one of the other guys in the house, I thought I saw Ham Radio TV in there earlier. Go to those guys' channels and click on the bell notification icon so that when they go live, you'll get an email notification saying, hey, this person just went live. And you just click on the email and it takes you to their live stream. It makes it really easy that way. You can get a notification in YouTube also if you have the app open on your phone or if you have the page open on your browser. But if you have the bell notification icon clicked, then you can get an email about it. That's usually when DX Commander goes live, I get an email. It's like, oh, there's Callum. I click on it and I go participate in his stream. So,
we have breaking news
from
Dave saying that they just got an earthquake there in California. He's in Lone
Pine, California.
6.0. I wonder if that's related to the big one they had just in Mexico the other day. Was it 7.4?
Was it?
Yeah. There was a bunch of tsunami warnings issued.
Wow. Well, hopefully everyone's okay out there, Dave. Thanks for sharing that with us. So,
be safe. And that's why we got ham radios.
That's right. Yeah. That is correct. So, it's all good stuff. I'm taking an hour to eat my lunch. Kind of cold. I don't care.
Don says he's been averaging about 85% on his ham study practice exams. That sounds great. Sounds like you're almost ready.
Sounds like you're ready. You should go do that now.
Don N5 SKT is asking you, are you taking your Flex radio?
No. Travis, you're such a... Travis is...
You've been in the right chat.
He's just making noise. Travis is the ultimate troll, but he's not trolling. He's playing with you. He's not being a jackass troll. He's just being Travis. Don, no, I'm not going to take the Flex. I don't typically take the Flex out to the field. The exception, obviously, being Costa Rica. I've taken it down there. In fact, there's one that's left down there. But no, every time we've gone to the field and operated as KN5TR and all of my POTA activations as well, I take my 7300. It's just easier. It's a little bit more transportable that way. So I'm not planning on doing anything with the Flex for field day this weekend.
V01AX is asking what bands are we planning to operate on?
We'll definitely be on 20 and 40. We'll see what 80 meters looks like in the night during the night. If I can find activity on 10 and 15 meters, then I'll get on there. But probably I think most people are probably going to be on 20 meters. Of course, if you have a multi-station, then you can do sideband and CW and digital all on the same band because there's different sections of the band, but even sometimes those interfere with one another because the antennas are so close together. But if we're gonna have 3 or 4 stations set up, then it's probably going to be 3 or 4 different bands. Probably 2 of those stations will be on the same band. One of them will be digital, and one of them will be single sideband phone. And then we'll have another 2 stations set up on different bands. So if I can find activity on 10 and 15 meters, I will go make those contacts just because those are the bands that you don't get to talk on very much. Same with, 80 meters is pretty common after nighttime. I have a 160 meter antenna that I'm taking down there. It's a video I've been working on of a Cushcraft antenna from MFJ it's 160 meter vertical. If I can get that thing put together, which it's already pretty much all put together, but if I can get it up and get it tuned and whatnot, then I'm going to take that and maybe do some I may try to do some FT8 on Friday night before field day, just as my own call sign, and then kind of tinkering around with it. And if that works out well, I'm going to leave it set up, and maybe in the middle of the night on Saturday night during field day, we'll do some FT8 on, or maybe some sideband, if I can find some sideband out there on 160 meters. But you got to wait till like midnight to be able to do that, which is okay because field day is a 24-hour event. So we'll see. But yeah.
Don says he's going to be running on emergency power there. So are we. We are going to be doing running all our radios on battery and generators. Since there's no power out there at our deer lease.
Right. Yeah. There's no power at this. This lease has nothing. There's nothing there except for what we've put there. So we'll be on generator and/or battery power the entire weekend. We have trailers out there, but there's no shore power. So we cart in our own water, fill up our fresh water tanks in the trailer, and then we bring generators out with gas. And the trailers have batteries on them, and I have a solar panel for mine, although it's not hooked up right now. So yeah, there's that. I was going to try to get my DX Commander put together before this weekend, and I ran out of time. So I was tinkering around with the Crank IR from SteppIR that Josh had sent me, and pretty much got that going. So I'm going to have that out there this weekend as well. But I've got a time. I've got to ship that thing. I only have it for a short period of time. I got to ship it off to someone else. So, but the DX Commander I get to keep forever because I bought it. So,
Don says he is scheduled for his test on the 29th.
Good
luck. Look forward to hearing about the results and see what your new license is.
Right. So, like boondocking out there, yeah, pretty much. I'll be running a 991A, a dipole for 40 and 10. Our call will be VO1GRC. Cool. Good deal. So, is that the dual bander? 10 meters is open now in the UK. That's good. Mike Knapp said 6 meters. Yeah, I'd like to do some 6 meters.
Several people are saying 7.3 here, and I'm going to also have to duck out. Going to go head back to the office.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, man.
All right. 7.3, y'all.
All right, 7.3, Frank. Thanks for being here, man.
No problem. I'll still be out in the chat. So
Okay. I probably won't.
Questions coming.
And we've been going for an hour, so I probably won't go much longer. So we'll see. All right. See you, Frank.
No problem. Take it easy.
And we'll switch away from him there. There we go. All right, guys. Fun. No, you don't, Jason. Well, I guess technically, Matt, I don't have to ship that back now. I got to ship it at some point, though. I put together my schedule of antenna building based on the fact that Tortugas was going to happen next month, but oh well. Let's see. So, let's see. I saw that. Maybe next year for me on week 4 of waiting on ARRL to get my test call sign. Okay. Ryan, check hamstudy.org/sessions. ARRL is not the only one who's giving tests, if that's what you mean by that, if I read that correctly. 6 meters open right now. Just worked FG8OJ running 10 watts. Wow. What do you I think the DX Commander is a freaking awesome antenna. I haven't put mine together yet. I've got the Classic. I've got the DX Commander Classic. So it's a different one than what K8MRD put together on his channel a month or so ago. He's got the one that's more portable than that. I forget. I think his is. I don't remember the names of them all, but I know that I have the Classic DX Commander Classic, and from what everyone else has told me about it, I think it's going to be a fantastic antenna. I just haven't ever put the darn thing together yet. So, Josh, KI6NAZ, let me know if you're still in the chat. And where is... Oh, yeah. So, but the DX Commander should be a freaking awesome antenna. It gets nothing but excellent reports from the people who use it. Yeah, Matt Quince in the chat has the DX Commander, and he can't stop. In fact, Matt's the reason I bought mine, because he couldn't stop talking about it at the soda trip we did last November. So, Josh, if you want to, let me know if you want to join a Zoom real quick, and then I'll kind of hand the audience off to you. If you want to go live stream, we can do a YouTubers Hamfest type thing if you want to. Lee says, just a quick mention, the emergency section coordinator for EPA went silent key on Monday. W.T. Jones, WN3LIF, huge loss. He was my Elmer for all things MCOM. Sorry to hear that, Lee. Thanks for sharing it, though. It's always sad to hear when always sad to hear that. Already back from the roof. Yeah, give me 10 minutes. Okay, yeah, 10 minutes is fine. I will send you a link in Discord. Yeah, I'll send you a link in Discord, and you can join it whenever you want to. So let me set that up. So I get to talk to you guys for another 10 minutes, and we're going to hand off to Josh, and he's going to do some kind of live stream from his roof cam, I think. He got a brand new SteppIR antenna. I think it's a tri-bander. I don't know which model it is. He can tell you that. But he's got a new SteppIR antenna on top of his roof, and he's always had a camera set up there that looks at the antenna so that when he does his live streams on Saturdays, he can switch to that cam, and he can, kind of show you what the antenna looks like and where he's talking and whatnot. So he's going to be using all that kinds of good stuff on field day. He's going to be streaming all that on field day. So let me get invite, copy invite link there. There. Boom. Okay. There's that. Okay. Had my DX... Don says he had my DX Commander for over a year and a half. Awesome antenna. Yep. I think K8RMD has the Expedition. If that's the smaller one than the Classic, then yes, that's correct. Again, I don't remember all the names. Let's see. I've lived here, Smoking Ape, I've lived here 18 years, I've never been on mine. On your what? On your roof, I assume. Travis, give it up, buddy. Travis, why don't you come over to the house and get on my roof for me? Doesn't look like you're very good at chatting. So, okay, VO1AX, thanks for joining the chat, man. 73, thanks for being here. I don't know what time it is where you are, but yeah, we'll look for you on Saturday for sure. Expedition is the classic. Expedition is the classic, but the extra wire so you can add 80 with the 80 meter inverted L. The light is what... Yeah, see, I think KRDMRD has the light. Although he's got a second... I think he's got a classic now. He bought another one. Or he got another one from Callum. I don't know how they worked that out. But Mike got so much interest on his video. Because Mike enjoys antenna building much more. Now, I like it, but like I do all this other stuff with DMR and Fusion and new radios and this and that and technician classes and whatnot. Mike's big thing is, I want to build an antenna and go use it in the field. That's what he likes to do. That's his favorite thing to do in amateur radio, which is great, which I think is great. And I enjoy it too. I just don't enjoy it as much as he does. So when he gets in a new antenna, he dives right into it. And I've got to kind of get myself psyched up to sit down and build an antenna for 6 hours. So, same size, just 4 bands. Yeah. Well, the difference is on all the bands. So, I do think ARRL should work on improving their test submitting. I'm getting bored of the hobby waiting, and I'm mildly patient. Well, again, ARRL is not the only one who's giving tests. So go to hamstudy.org/sessions, and you'll be able to see 3 or 4 other VEC groups out there that are offering in-person tests and online tests both. So just make sure. ARRL does give tests, but they're not the only ones doing it. So if they're taking too long, go check elsewhere. I have a Cushcraft AR270B antenna, and it works perfectly well on. Yeah, that's a 2 meter for 40. So, field day 91. A super antenna. Paperwork, it's taken a while for ARRL. Yeah. Nebula. Yeah, the Nebula. The DX Commander Nebula antenna. I'm gonna. That's been fun to watch him with that. That's been really fun, actually. I wonder if this is working. Oh, that is working. I turned this off the other day because it stopped working. There we go. Got the chat up going now. Well, let's see if it refreshes. Yeah, there it is. So, Mike's got the Expedition. Light is the shorter pole. I have all 3 DX Commanders. Well, he's got more than 3, though. He's got more than 3 these days. He's got like 6 or 8 of them out there. But at the same time, he is. Ooh, that's not pretty. He's got different configurations of them all. I don't know if he's. I don't know. It might be like the same antenna set up in different configurations. He's got a tri-band. He's got a not a tri-bander, but like a 3 antenna configuration. And then he's got a quad where he sets 4 of them up in like a 4 square. So I don't know which one he's using for that, but it's one of those. Let's see. Yeah, Don says hamstudy.org/sessions. That's a good one. I'm trying to get one of the first Nebulas, Matt says. That's awesome. You're in. Yeah, you're in there.
Sorry, I'm changing mics around, all that fun stuff.
That's okay. That's okay. I don't have you. The audience can hear you, but I don't have your screen on yet. There you are. Well, I see your amplifier.
Well, there's a camera, but my forward-facing camera is pointed at my stream now. You know how that game goes.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't gone live yet, but you know how that whole thing is. But yeah, ooh, SteppIR controller. Ooh.
Let me switch. There we go. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. That's the one on the far right, underneath the...
Yeah, this guy right here.
That guy? Ah, okay. So they have a specific controller with their antenna, huh? That's fun.
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah, well, you kind of have to. Let's see if I can switch cameras. Nope, I can't. So we're stuck looking at this for right now. Let me get back to it.
Okay.
There it is. Yeah, so because of the nature of the antenna, it's all those tape elements, right?
Yeah.
And so you have to have a box like this to tell the individual stepper motors to send out more or take some back.
Oh, okay.
And so it has all these profiles.
Yeah.
And the profiles, like right now, I'm on the normal 40 meter profile because it's a dipole on 40. But if I change my radio over to 20 meters, which I'm doing right now, it starts flashing 20 meters down here, and it's adjusting the tape length.
Ah, okay.
I'll see if I can move the camera a bit. That might help a little bit.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
That's going to give you a lot better view, hopefully.
Yeah, just needs to focus.
Yeah. Let me tighten this up a little bit. Oh, there we go. Oh, nope, maybe not. What's happening?
Oops.
There we go. It's too bright. I noticed
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. It's just, if it was in focus, it'd be easier to see, but even with the brightness.
You don't get a lot of control in Zoom, I noticed.
No, you don't. Well, I just control, well, yeah, I guess I don't know how you're going through Zoom, but I've got Zoom piped in through Streamlabs right now.
Yes. But then how do you get your cameras on? Well, you know this whole game. I'm joining as a guest, right? So I'm using Zoom.
Right.
I could switch over to my other stream software, and then I could do the virtual OBS cam. But it's always some nightmare.
It's always something, yeah. For sure. Did you go live yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. Did you create a stream?
I set it for like 11:30, and it's unlisted right now.
Okay.
I'm kind of just playing around. I'm not like serious about the stream right now. I'm just going to do it for basically capturing what I'm doing. I found a way to control my radio, my 7300, with a software called Win for ICOM.
Yeah, I was reading.
Somebody
what you
mentioned it. A couple people have actually.
Yeah.
And it turns out that it does something that no other application I've seen does. It will use a virtual COM port system.
Uh-huh.
And it will act as the hub for the COM ports.
That's how Flex does it.
What's that?
That's how Flex does it. They use virtual COM ports.
Okay. So same concept then. You can have the one connection into the computer, and then the software will support WSJTX. It'll support running the radio in single sideband mode. It'll support your logging software. Because that's always been my problem, is you kind of only had one or the other.
Right.
Whatever application took that USB, you were done. So it's kind of like, well, all right.
Right.
I wish I could do... It's kind of overblown. I don't know what the deal is with this webcam. Very frustrating. Can I adjust this? Video settings. No. Yeah, I don't understand the
you would adjust it in the Logitech software. That's how I always do it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm running that.
The stream that you're looking at, can you see me right now in Zoom?
Yes.
Okay, that's my Logitech second cam. That's not the one I'm piping to Streamlabs right now.
Copy. So, yeah, sure, because I can see the green
screen. Yeah, that's why everything's... You see a lot more than what the audience sees right now. So,
what you're looking at is my second camera.
Yeah, cool. Okay,
that's why. Let's see if I can. Okay. I've got Logitech running now. Of course, and it wants me to update the software.
Yeah. Sounds about right. It sounds about right. Oh boy.
All right, back to it. Come on, man. Let me control this camera.
Let's see. 6 meter. Yeah, people are talking about 6 meter FT8. They were showing up about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, like right now?
Right now. Now.
That makes sense.
Like they're working it right now. Yeah. So that's good though. I've got this big, huge 6 meter Yagi put together in my backyard that's just laying on it's leaned up against the fence right now. But
how many elements is it?
5.
Nice.
5 element. But the boom on it is like 12 feet. It's huge.
Yeah. 6 meters. I mean, they get, because you want the extra elements,
right?
But then they start getting really long and kind of unwieldy.
Yeah. So it's enormous, but I just don't have any. I don't have a good way to put it up right now. See, one of my goals for this summer is to get my freaking tower put up.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been wanting to do that for like 3 or 4 years, and I had a smaller tower I was going to put up, and I acquired this lady whose husband went silent key about 1.5 years ago. She called me and she's like, "Hey, if you come take my tower down, you can have it." And I'm like, "Okay." And it took a little bit of time to get that done, but now I've got 50 foot of Roan 25, and I just need to put the thing in. I need to plant it in the ground and put it up in the air. So.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. So I just got to do it. So I figured after field, I was like, everything going on with field day, blah blah blah. But that's probably what. So I'm gonna put a hex beam on top of it. We'll see how that works out. It's a different brand than the one you had. And then and I know.
You come get mine.
I might do that. I think the one I have is probably not quite as large as the one you had, but
yeah, because does it have the 40 meter on
it
top?
does not. It does not have the 40 meter. No, it's 6 through 20.
Okay.
So I have a but it's the NA4RR hex beam, and if you go read, like, they did a QST write up of that antenna back like 5 or 7 years ago, something like that. If you just Google it or go read EHAM about it, everyone gives it really high marks. So
yeah, that's the guy out of Florida, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just looking at that antenna yesterday because again, I bumped into something online where somebody was like, "Oh no, yeah, this is a really good antenna." I was like, "Oh, yeah." I just like to know, what's out there. I'm not really gonna buy another hex beam at this point. But
if you've got so what's the model of that SteppIR you've got?
It is the 3-element Yagi with the 40 and 30 meter dipole.
Okay, so it's a tri-bander plus 30 and 40.
Correct, dipole for 30 and 40.
Right, yeah, but yeah. So which is just a single.
They
element.
make, it's the one that has the kind of like loop section on the middle element.
Yes.
That guy is basically what I'm working with.
What's the model?
So I got
on
OBS running here, so hold on, let me actually give you some good videos. So you're not just looking at my dumb.
What's the model on? What's the model name or number?
Oh, I don't remember. They use. You can find it pretty quickly though.
Let's see.
Let's do this. How's this? Bam.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
There you go.
Okay, cool.
That's good.
So now I can play around with this stupid camera and get that going while we chat here. But basically, no, that's not it. Basically, it's they make one where it's 3 of those loops, and you can get like, I think you can get 40 as a pseudo compromised beam.
Okay.
Which is pretty nice.
Let's see.
Are you pulling it up right now?
I'm trying to. There it is. Horizontal antennas. Oh yeah. Okay. So 3-element products is the one with the loop in the middle. That's like.
Yeah.
They just oh yeah, there it is right there. They just called it.
It's like the first one.
3-element Yagi with 20 and with 30 and 40.
Yeah. Yeah.
So. Right there. 3-element Yagi antenna with 30 and 40 loop dipole adder. 16-foot boom. Includes controller.
It's a 19-foot turning radius. That's probably its most insane part of the whole deal.
Wow.
It's pretty big, man.
Yeah.
I just posted a podcast. My wife and I talked about it.
Oh yeah.
Kind of at length last night. So, that's its whole thing.
Wow. Oh goodness.
All right. I got the video going here, so let me see if I can adjust this down. This is getting a little crazy.
Oh, look like Matt says he's got the same 6 meter. I do. I got 5 elements, same length. We're going to take it. We're going to take it to the Tortugas. You're going to take that big freaking monster 6 meter antenna to the Tortugas? Wow.
Maybe in a parts bag.
Maybe in a helicopter. Let's see. Time for me to... Yeah, people are bailing because it's a lunchtime stream. But I still got 94 people watching, though.
Okay, Now I got it. Let's do that. Boom. All right. So what you're looking at down here, and now look at my hand. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
So the way this... You can't... Again, it's just the lighting that's over here. I don't have a better lighting solution yet.
Yeah.
But there's 2 squares. There's a rectangle here and a rectangle here.
Yeah.
And it will adjust depending on how much gain you want and what your front to back ratio is.
Okay.
So right now I'm getting about 12 dB forward gain, and I got a 22 dB front to back ratio on 14.150.
Yeah.
Now if I want to, I can rotate this knob and it will adjust the front to back ratio. So I'm going max gain there.
Okay.
This is normal, and you can back it off to make it wide. And so that's all adjusted by the tape, and that's basically what changes the capability of the antenna at any time.
Right.
So it's really configurable and adjustable. You can go into this box and you can actually change the programming, how much length is out for every one of the programs at any one time. So you can customize the antenna like crazy.
Okay. A good friend of mine that goes to Costa Rica with us has their... at the time he bought it, now he's had it for 3 or 4 or 5 years, something like that. At the time he bought it, it was their top one. But it has, I think it's like 6 elements or some crazy number like that. It's got some sort of 80-meter add-on to it, and it has the motorized thing that goes in and out. And he's got it on top of a like a 70 or 80-foot tower in the mountain.
It's got an 80-meter element? That must be a big dipole. So it's probably a 40 and then with the dipole.
I think it's, I'm sure it's probably not a half-wave 80, but I don't know. He had something, there was some way he could do 80 with it.
Right.
I think. But then also he has the whole 160-meter antenna via the whole tower thing going on. So he's turned his entire tower into a 160-meter vertical.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And he says that one works. I think he's got 160-meter wire up as well. And he says, like, yeah, the tower works pretty darn good by itself. So, but yeah, he was telling me about it. I'm like, holy crap, dude, that's pretty involved. Everything that thing will do. But
the advantage for something that's short, like 80, is if you have enough tape, then you can just adjust it until you can move the Q around, move your where your SWR is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you can just constantly just keep adjusting it as you go. And that's actually what this does. I can just spin my my VFO here, and the controller will just notice that I'm doing it. It'll just keep up with it. And the only thing that takes a while is when you change bands to like 40 because it's so long.
Oh yeah, it's got to move it. So you have this interfaced with your 7300 right now?
Yeah, it's just a cable in the back. I didn't do anything really other than take the cable. It's a little serial connector out of the back of the controller, connect it into the 7300, and that's it. And I just click the auto track button, which is right there, and it just keeps up, follows along.
So what is?
Yeah, it's nice.
Is it? How involved was it to put it all together?
Very.
Okay.
and I'll be clear that it was more of a wiring job for connecting the step motors and all that stuff.
Okay.
But the thing that you get away from, which is nice, is you don't have to mess with wires. You don't have to tune SWR. You don't have to do anything like that.
Okay.
So you're kind of exchanging one thing for another thing. Instead of pulling out the SWR meter and checking the antenna constantly and adjusting the elements as you go.
Right.
You're just putting up they're called EHUs, the unit that controls the tape.
Okay.
Once they're wired, you do a quick test on the ground. They're connected. They'll pop out 4 inches and then they'll pop back in, and you can go one by one. So as long as they're connected, that's it. Then you put it on the roof, and the elements for it are fiberglass poles.
Wow.
So you just whip those fiberglass poles out. It comes with these this nice heat shrink tubing. You shrink down all the joints and just throw it into the boom, and you're done.
Wow.
And that was pretty much it.
Huh.
The only thing that's was more difficult on the build is those loop sections.
Okay.
The loop sections, you have to the fiberglass poles must be exactly the same length. Makes sense. You've got to chamfer the edge. You cut them to length, then you chamfer the tapered end, and then you attach the loop section, as it's called, or the return loop, and that requires really torquing down these joints to make it really watertight. And then you kind of just gun them into the EHU units, and that's it. That's all it takes.
Wow. Clark in the chat says, Elon Musk is going over Josh's house when he goes to Mars to talk with the crew.
Well, I don't think they're on HF.
I don't think they're on HF, no.
They're going to use different antennas for that. And I don't have a good satellite solution yet, but who knows?
Yeah, you never know. Never know. Cool, man.
Matt in the chat asked, Josh, what does your wife think? I posted a podcast today. If you want to hear her opinion in her own words, go listen.
Go listen to it. Oh gosh.
Yeah. It was fun though.
Yeah. I bet it was.
I think I learned the one thing I kind of figured out is that I beat her down kind of already by putting that hex beam up.
Yeah.
It was like incremental warfare. I put the hex beam up, which was bad. But if I had gone straight to the SteppIR, it would have been a bridge too far at that point. So I had to get her into the pool first before I pushed her into the deep end.
I kind of did the same thing with that, because I've got this tower that I haven't put up, And I keep telling my wife, I'm going to put this tower up. She's like, the neighbors and blah blah blah, and I'm like, and I have no city restrictions at all. City of Grapevine's great. The only thing I can't do is I can't put up anything that's taller than 70 foot, including an antenna. So I can put up a 65-foot tower or a 70-foot antenna plus tower. That's the only restriction I have, and I don't have an HOA, so we're all good there. So I was like, well, I got to do this. I'm gonna do this. Well, right now I have like 3 antennas laying against the fence or laying down in the backyard. So she was like, so the other day I was like, hey, look, I want to put these antennas in the air. So I have 2 choices here. I can put them on a tower I've been wanting to put them on, or I can just go ahead and take everything to the deer lease and we can set up a remote station there, which I've been talking about doing anyway. And we just do all that. But, I'd probably be going to the deer lease a lot more and I wouldn't be at home as much. And she's like, okay, so tell me about this tower. So we kind of worked that out. I was like, hey, this is what needs to happen. This is what I do. I've got a whole video series about doing this. In fact, putting together a tower and putting the antenna on top of it would be some cool videos, I think. So,
my wife and I had that discussion as well. It's like, of all the hobbies I could be in, I used to fish a lot.
Yeah.
I used to go shooting a lot. I used to go prospecting a lot, and I'd be gone, gone. Not just like out of the home, but not within cell phone range. And I had my ham radio, but I don't know that she's not going to use that.
Right.
So it was doing ham radio. She was like, "Yeah, no, you are home all the time,
right?
When you're not at work,
right?
So that is good.
Yeah.
And it's not like this is that serious that I can't just like stop and go do whatever it is she wants done. It's, no big thing.
Yeah.
There's
there's the next topic for the YouTubers bunch.
What is your wife?
Ham radio and your wife. So since we're all dudes on there, we can all kind of get the same perspective going. But and then we'll bring Katie Allen on for part 2 and talk to her from the other direction.
I hopped on 6 right now. I don't see anything. I don't even see FT8 on 6 right now.
Really?
I'm gonna hop down to 10. Oftentimes, it's if you get an opening on one, you'll get an opening on the other later.
Well, and your propagation over there on the West Coast is different than what we're in the middle of the country.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
What are you using for 6 meters?
The SteppIR.
Oh, okay. Well, I said tri-band earlier. You said yes, and I take that to mean 10, 15, 20. So how does that work?
Sorry, not tri-bander.
Okay.
3. I'm thinking 3 element. Tri-element.
Okay.
My bad.
Okay.
No, it's all bands up to 20 for the beam, and then it's a 30 and 40 dipole.
Okay, so it'll do 6, 10, 12, 15, 17, and 20, and then you've got the add-ons for 30 and 40.
Right, because if you think about it, it's just the length of tape.
Yeah,
just,
that makes sense.
Just adjust it until you get what you want, and then that's it.
Okay.
That
makes
I do
more
have
sense.
a parasitic element that they sell. It's an accessory. It's a parasitic element to get a 4th element on 6 meters, and so I did that.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So that's a little bitty, metal, aluminum, whatever part that comes off of it, and that seems okay. But 6 meters hasn't been popping since I got this up. So.
Right. Ham Radio 101 says 10 meters is open, 6 not so much. And then Mike Knapp comes in and says, according to DX Maps, 6 is only open on the eastern half of the country.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's usually a little bit afternoonish band for me anyway. So you kind of track the.
Yeah, you're a little. early
10's
then, huh?
10's not doing too great either, but it's 11:30 here, so.
Yeah. 10 opened up in the middle of COVID. 10 opened up in like the middle of April, and I got on there and I was tearing up FT8 on 10 meters. It was so fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I was also, and what was great about it is there weren't a lot of stations, so you could just find a spot on the waterfall, and then everybody you contacted, if you saw them, they saw you, and you could make a contact with them.
Yep.
So you were done in like 30 minutes. You could knock it all out and get all of them done.
Everybody's showing,
Yeah, and then you go off to another band, and you come back like 30 minutes later, hour later, it's a different group of people who work them, and you just rinse and repeat.
Yeah, you just keep going, and then everybody turns the certain color on your band scope there that says, I've already worked that station. Everybody's, which is green for me, so I was like, going green with FT8. I've said that on a video or two, but
Ryan in the chat is asking, what is a parasite element? So it's a parasitic element, but same concept. Every Yagi is basically one dipole with parasitic elements, right? That's the concept.
Correct.
So the driven element is a dipole for whatever band you're operating on. And then the reflector behind it is a little bit longer than the directed powered element. And again, two pieces. That's a parasitic element. And what it does is when you transmit, the RF is hitting the longer elements and reflecting it forward. And then in front of the active dipole is the directors, and the directors are slightly smaller than every element in front of it until you get to the front of the antenna. So the parasitic element for 6 meters is just a, two wires that are just basically two elements that are somewhere on the boom of the Yagi that is helping to focus the RF.
So are they directors then? Would they be considered directors or?
I think it is.
Okay.
But I'm not positive.
Makes sense if it was, really, because you've already got a driven element and a reflector, so it only makes sense.
Yeah, but if you look at the images for it, because you can pull it up on the website.
Yeah.
If you pull up SteppIR.com or whatever it is, I believe where it is on the antenna is more on the director side. So let me pull it up because it's not. I remember. Well, I could just pull up my image of. No. Yes, it is. It is.
Okay.
So I can show you. Yeah, it is on that side. In fact, that makes me worried that I put it on the wrong place. Now that I see that, so I may have it in the wrong place.
That's awesome.
Let me.
Did you see it on my YouTube screen just then?
I didn't.
Okay. I put it over your image, and it's the 3-element Yagi with 30 and 40 loop dipole, 16-foot boom. I assume it's this little guy back here, but I don't know.
Yeah, so if you look at right here, there's a little silver bar.
Yes, that's what I was looking at. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. So right here, this little gray box, and this little gray box, and this little gray box is the enclosure for the step motors.
Okay.
So the loop is the driven element. That's where the power, that's where your coax connects.
Okay.
These guys, the front and back, are just tape that as a part of either the director or the reflector.
Yeah.
So this guy would be a part of the reflector. In fact, now I'm going to pull up my camera. See, this is why you have a camera on your roof pointing at your antenna.
Yes.
So you don't have to go outside and look at it. You just pull up the camera and look at it and say like, "Hey, I'm
totally stealing that idea from you once I get my tower up."
Okay, I did it correctly. Whew.
Well, it's always good to hear. It's always good.
I knocked this thing out in like 2 days. The assembly of this thing by myself. So I don't recommend that.
Well, you know what? The build you're talking about, and you say it's involved, but everything you're talking about sounds like a mechanical thing, like almost like putting an engine together. Well, that's what my background is. I would.
You'd love it.
I would much rather put an engine together than build wires that are tuned to a specific resonance. I'm just like.
Dude, totally. So then you're right on board. It's you assemble the boom. That's the step one. The mount plates for the EHU are already on the boom. They make it for whatever you bought. You attach the mast plate for obviously the mast you're going to connect to, and then you wire up the EHUs, which the EHUs take 4 wires, and they've got cable that they come with. That gets to a junction box. The junction box mounts on the mast plate. That wires all up into 3 connectors, and then you have one big honking connector, and that's what takes the control wire from the antenna to the shack to the controller here that's controlling the unit.
Okay.
That's it. That's the antenna. And then you put that up. That's what I did. I put the assembled boom on the mast on the roof, and then I put the elements into the boom on the roof. So I didn't have to carry the whole Yagi
thing
up. I just carried the boom up.
Okay.
And the boom's maybe 30-40 pounds.
Okay.
So I just kind of lifted it up and tilted it onto the side of the roof. I climbed up on the roof, pulled it up, and that was it. I did it.
Okay.
Pretty easy.
Yeah.
All things considered, I was like,
it's still a huge turning radius, though. I gotta figure out.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. In fact, can I do that here? I can. I don't have my iPhone scene on the. This is my old OBS that I use for just the doing the Zoom stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I stream it from my iPhone, and it's just big, massive, ridiculous thing. The
Uh,
neighbors came out and were just like this, like just watching me, like while I was on the roof all day.
So we have a basically once a year we'll have like a neighborhood get together, neighborhood block party type thing, and I've been living here for 18 years, but they've only done it the last 2 or 3 years, something like that. So the 1st year we went to it, everybody was like, "Oh yeah, what's your?" And meet you, shake hands and whatnot, and you say, "Where do you live?" I said, "I live in that house right there," which is usually done at the house just right across the street from me. So I just pointed, "That's my house right there." Like, "Oh, are you a ham radio operator?" And I'm like. And all I have up is like a vertical. Well, I have a vertical, and then I have another mast with a inverted V dipole on it. That's it.
Right.
But I have stuff on my truck too. So they're like, "Oh, are you a ham radio operator?" And I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, we saw all the antennas." But everyone was like really cool about it. So I'm like, "Oh, I got to put up something massive now." It's
well, yeah, you're good.
Yeah. So, oh.
Just
Anyway.
remind them you're not paying my mortgage, so you have no say.
Oh yeah, no. People, people in I would typically think that people in Texas are a little bit more than California.
I would assume so.
You never know. You never know.
I don't think people. So. I mean, I'm sure people talk. People say stuff behind your back no matter where you go. But
sure.
Out here, they're more likely to kind of be up in your business and think they have the right to be up in your business, which always cracks me up. It's like, hey, dog, you mean nothing to me.
Right. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. Totally. So cool, man. All right. Well, I showed 7 minutes after the bottom of the hour. So if you want to flip over to your stream.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You want to stay on as we flip over? Or
I can stay. I can stay on if you can pull the Zoom chat over. I'll stay on.
Yeah, let me.
And then if you want to.
Oh boy, I've never ran 2 OBSs at the same time. Will this even work?
One way to find out. And then if you want to share, once you make the link live or before you make it live, if you want to share it with me, I'll put it in my chat over here. Because we still got 94 people watching. I'm surprised so many people are watching an hour and a half into it. So thank you guys for being here very much.
Yeah,
it's great. Great to see that.
I have a feeling this is not gonna.
Don N5SKD Don says, Jason, at $3,800, you should have 2 of them. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's not gonna like because I'm using this camera.
Yeah,
so let me see if I turn this off for a second. I'm gonna have to go dark on you for a moment.
Sure, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Just let me know what you need from my side.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to restart this guy.
Don says, mount a couple of guns on the roof.
Yeah, make an antenna out of guns. And you're good
That'd go over well in your neighborhood, dude.
Oh, yeah, no, but you'd be fine.
Oh, yeah, I'd be okay.
And it was like, oh, you just ran out of space. Where else is he going to put it?
That's right.
He just hasn't had his safe. His second safe is already full, I guess.
Right, exactly, yeah.
That's always the joke is like you never, whatever safe you buy for guns, just buy twice as big as you think you need.
Shoot, yeah.
Because you're going to fill that sucker up.
My problem is, I don't even have a gun safe because I don't have kids. So I don't really need a gun safe. I've got places that I hide my guns that, if someone were to break in, it'd be a challenge to find them.
Right.
But I want one for obvious reasons. But the problem is that all of my bedrooms are up. I would want it in my bedroom upstairs. And I'm like, okay, you're going to have to like deliver this thing and you're going to have to cart it upstairs for me if I buy this from you. So I probably will get one eventually. My dad is an FFL and he has access to some wholesale stuff. In fact, he's a dealer. He was a dealer for a safe company. Is one I hadn't heard of, but they were out of like Oklahoma or something like that. And they were pretty solid. So I'll probably get something at some point. I need to get, my wife is like, yeah, you should really get one. And then I tell her the price of it and she's like, I can see why you haven't bought one yet.
Yeah. And that's the big problem with those is that, the cheap ones are real cheap.
Right. Yeah. You don't want
to the point that it's really nothing more than a fireproof safe than anything.
Correct.
And hey, you need that. That's
you need
true.
that too. Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, it's kind of garbage for a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got Zoom integration into my, my OBS again. Oop.
Good.
Hey, do you have the same problem with Streamlabs where you're adjusting your cropping and it just goes nuts?
Sometimes.
I don't understand what the deal is with that thing.
Sometimes when you hold down Alt and you click on the left button, the window will pow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I don't understand what the
I
deal
really
is with
like
that.
this way that I got set up to pull in Zoom like it looks like it's Skype, like you do with Skype, has worked out very well.
Yeah.
So, because now I don't have to deal with Skype not deciding not to work at the last minute anymore. So, because when it works, Skype is easier to use to pull into Streamlabs and have guests on when it works. But the question is it going to, because sometimes it would, I used it 3 or 4 or 5 times in a row, had no problems. Then I launched it like one time and it was just totally freaked out. Would not bring in the NDI at all. I don't know why. Yeah. But Zoom is never fail. I've never had Zoom fail ever. So.
Really? Okay, I'm ready to go live. You want to click that button? All right, here we go.
Yeah, go ahead and send me your link, and I'll put it in my chat, and then I'll end my stream.
All right, sounds good. Well, hey everybody, if you're watching this, we're doing a little bit of an impromptu deal. I was hopping on Jason's stream for a little bit, and I thought, hey, what the heck? I will also have a stream. So that's what we're doing right now. Jason, how's it going? You want to restate a little bit of what you're doing for Field Day so people can be on the lookout? Because I think you're using a different call, right?
Yes, that's correct. So, am I showing you my secondary camera right now?
Yes.
Okay. I'll switch that here in a minute. So,
you're keyed though, so it's easy. We just see your plate.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm seeing. Right. Yeah, your background's still a green screen, so I just keyed it on my end.
Oh, okay. Good. Yeah,
you
see my plate then, huh? I'll move that.
Well, it's your lunchtime.
It is, yeah. So lunchtime live stream. Yeah,
it happens.
We're
I'm
gonna
sending it to you on Discord. It's gonna be
that's
faster
fine.
if I just do it that way.
That's fine. So yeah, we're gonna be operating from KN5TR. That's our club, one of our club calls. One of the guys got together. NTR is North Texas Radio Sport. We got together a couple of guys actually I wasn't even part of the original group. A couple guys got together and formed a radio club to do like Field Day and event. And that's all they do. They're a club, but really all they do is get together for QSO parties and contests and stuff like that. And it's very, very low key, very not stressful at all. So they did that for a while, and a couple of the guys fizzled out. I think one guy moved away. And so Noel, KF5SOK, a friend of mine who's from the another local club, he kind of took over the call sign. He's like, hey, we can operate this was 2 years ago. We can operate Winter Field Day if you want to do it from your hunting lease, which is where we've always done it. And we can operate as this club call if that's cool. I'm like, great. Yeah, let's do that. Perfect.
Yeah.
So we did that last 2 years at Winter Field Day. We're going back up there this weekend for regular Field Day. And, and that's that. So let me close out my stream if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So I will say, guys, I shared Josh's stream in the. I see what you're talking about. Me being keyed. Guys watching on my stream, which I've lost about 30 people now, so hopefully they've moved over already. We're gonna end this. I just shared Josh's stream in my chat, so I'm gonna end the lunchtime live stream. Thank you very much for being here. I'll see you over there, and hope to hear you on the air this weekend for Field Day. So let me transition that out.
Yeah, we should be fun. Well.